Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. I'm Susan. Today we're going to do kind of a Mexican dish called fold over tortillas. Now I've got my oven set at 350 degrees and I've got, in this foil packet, I've got 6 large flour tortillas. I'm going to put in here and we're going to heat them up, for about 6, I'm going to put the timer for 6 minutes. There we go. Now, here on the heat, I've got 1 pound of ground beef that I'm browning. And to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of diced onion. Get that going for us. There we go. Smells good already. I love the smell of onions cooking. We're going to have to cook this until the meat is no longer pink. So we'll give this a few minutes. While that's cooking, we've got 4 ounces of diced green chilies we're going to add to that. I've got 1 cup of green chili enchilada sauce. Now the recipe called for enchilada sauce, so you could do a red or a green. I happen to have a green on hand, and you know what I say, use what you've got. Set those back there. We've got some tomatoes, some salt, pepper, cumin, some cheese, some cilantro, and surprisingly enough, cream cheese. And I'll show you what we're going to do with that, because that kind of struck me as odd too. Cream cheese in a Mexican dish. Well, I'm sure it'll be good. I always look for a recipe that's got kind of an odd thing to it. Something unexpected always helps. Okay, we're almost done with this. I think I could cook a little longer. So we are of course in northern Minnesota, and I think the weather's finally breaking. They're talking about maybe toward the end of next week, is it Will, that we're going to have 70 degrees. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
75.
75, well that's even better. Which means that we'll probably be putting our garden in pretty soon. Because Mother's Day will be coming up before we know it. So we'll be putting our garden in.
You can do that on Mother's Day, or around that time.
Oh, I was hoping we wouldn't do it on Mother's Day.
Okay.
As you know, working on Mother's Day is not my idea of a fun time. But hey, you reap the rewards, huh? Okay, now we are going to add, I'm going to take a quick look at this recipe because I've never made this before. I'm going to stir in these 2 quarts of tomatoes. Now these are tomatoes that I have canned. How about if I get a spoon, maybe get those out of there. Here comes Tilly. Tilly wants to know what's going on. She smells the ground beef cooking. There we go. Look at that. That smells so good. I'll put that back there. And I'm going to add 1 more. It says, and I'll post this, the link to this recipe in the description box, so that you'll be able to pull it off. Alright, now we've got that going for us. That's Will's favorite saying. We've got that going for us. Okay, so now we're going to add the enchilada sauce. We've got 1 cup of enchilada sauce. That's going to go in there. Smells quite good. I'm going to stir it up a little here. I hope you're having a happy spring. You know, Mother's Day is just in a couple of weeks. Don't forget your mother. She'll be mighty disappointed if you do. Of course, our kids are not able to come and visit on Mother's Day. They live in Florida, Texas, and California, so we're kind of stuck here in northern Minnesota all by ourselves. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, we go. Okay, now, we are going to, what are we going to do here? Bring it to a boil and reduce the heat and simmer covered for 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get the lid to this pot right over here in the cabinet. And we're going to simmer this for about 5 minutes. And it's time to take a little break. See you in a bit. Okay, we've had a little break. In the meantime, I've put some salt and pepper and cumin in here. And we heated the tortillas. Now the recipe called for 6-inch tortillas. I don't have 6-inch. As you see, these are a little bigger. But that's what we're going to use. We're going to add this. Now we're going to spread. I've got some softened cream cheese here and some green chilies. Let me get a fork for these green chilies. It says use the cream cheese. We're going to take a glob of cream cheese here. We're going to spread it on the tortilla. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that, Will? You know that's not working to my satisfaction. I'm going to get over here and get a little offset spatula. I think that's going to work better than a knife for spreading this. Yes. Add a little more here. There we go. Now it says to add some green chilies to this. So we're going to take a okay. We're going to fold it over. Now I'm going to get a scoop. And we're going to turn the heat off here. And I'm going to put some of this sauce in this pan. Let me see if I can get this pan over here. And we're going to do about half the sauce at the bottom of this pan. Can I move that so you can see, Will?
Yeah. Move the handle.
Move the handle?
Yeah, just move it around there.
Oh, that's got a...
That's...
And there goes Tilly with the little thingamabobber. We'll just put that up here, Tilly. You don't need that. Okay, so we're going to put about half the sauce in the bottom of this pan. There. We're just going to spread it around a little. It says to use a 9x13, but my tortillas, since I use big tortillas, wouldn't fit in a 9x13. So we're going to use this. So we're going to take our tortilla with the cream cheese and the chilies and lay it in there. Now we're going to get more cream cheese next one here. I've never had cream cheese in a Mexican dish. I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll find out. And we'll get some and we're going to fold this one over. And put it in there. Like I said, I'm going to link this in the description box so you can go directly to the recipe and find out how differently I made it than what the recipe calls for. But sometimes you just don't have all the ingredients you want to make a recipe. Which I think is kind of strange, since I'm a strong believer of mise en place. Make sure that you got all your ingredients ready before you make a recipe. Well, I wanted to tell you something else too. I found something neat and nifty, and I'm trying to figure out. I don't remember where I saw it, but I'm going to show you something. This is a titanium cutting board. Now these are supposed to be really good, better than wood, because you don't get the nicks down in there where you get on like a wooden cutting board. You get nicks in there, and then that can get into germs. So this is supposed to be germ-free, plus it's supposed to be very good on your knives, more so than the wooden cutting board. I got this at Amazon. Amazon has several if you want to go on Amazon and take a look. But I used it today, and it's really nice. It cleans up well. There's no dents from the knives, and I think I'm going to really like it. But I wanted to share that with you, because every once in a while I run into something I really like. We'll do another scoop here. Doesn't look like a whole lot of stuff here. Ooh, that looks good. I remember when I was a kid, my mother had cream cheese, and I just come in and pinch a big old bite off of it. Can't do that now. My cholesterol won't take it. Get that smeared on there. And some more green chilies. And we've got one more to do. Wow, that's going to work out well with this pan. Been better if I'd have had a 9x13 pan with 6-inch tortillas. All right. Looks good at least. And we'll add some more. I have to hurry up and finish supper so we can watch a baseball game. Will and I root for different teams. Me being from Ohio, I tend to root for, well, they were the Cleveland Indians. I forget what they are now.
Guardians.
Oh, the Guardians, yeah. I don't know, that's just silly. Okay, now the recipe calls for the rest of the meat sauce to be poured over the tortillas. I would like to go, I'd like to see him to go back to the Cleveland Indians. But understand the Redskins, the owner of the Redskins is not, the football team is not going to go back to the Washington Redskins. That's too bad. Well, whatever, I'll still call them the Cleveland Indians because that's what I know them as. And what team did you decide? Padres?
Padres, yeah.
Padres.
I like the name.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we'll see how we do this season, so you can all join in and let us know what teams you're rooting for, if you root for baseball. A lot of people don't watch baseball games. Will and I kind of enjoy them. One of these days we're going to go to a Twins game. Of course, living in Minnesota. Now, what do we have to do with this? Okay, remaining sauce. Okay, we're going to cover and bake it for 15 minutes and then sprinkle the cheese. You know, sprinkle the cheese. So you might want to turn the sound off because I'm going to get foil and it's going to make one nasty noise, Will.
We're going to live through it.
Are you going to live through it?
We're going to live through it.
Okay. Tilly says, I don't know why you're covering that. It's just, if you just give it to me, it'll be fine. Okay, we're going to cover this, put it in a 350 degree oven for about 15 minutes. And then we'll cover it with cheese and let it melt for about 5. And then we'll eat. We'll be right back in a few minutes. Okay, we're back. We cooked it for 15 minutes. Put the cheese on it. Cooked it for another 5. I'm just doing a little cilantro here on top. I love cilantro. You know something with cilantro, some people hate it. You either hate it or you love it. Fortunately, we like it in our house.
You put other spices in there too, didn't you? Did you put...
yeah, I put cumin, salt, and pepper in there, so yeah. It's in the recipe. Whoa.
So how's your Parkinson's today?
It's real good.
Yeah.
Yeah, having trouble holding on to things. That's all right. So, we're going to get one of these out of here. I don't know how else to do it, but here again, you're dealing with Parkinson's.
You have to cut it in half, maybe? Would that help?
Well, let's try cutting them down. There we go. Here we go. That up there, it makes it look a little better. A little better. And I think maybe a little cilantro on it. There you have it. Those are fold over tortillas. We're going to try it. I think it's going to be mighty hot because it's been in the oven. It looks good, doesn't it? It has more heat than I expected. That's great. Wonderful. Ooh, this is nice. Hope you try it. I think you'll like it. It's got just a little bit of heat, but not enough to not, to burn your mouth. It's wonderful. Give it a try. It'll be in the description box. I've just had a brain lapse, as I often do. Will's laughing hysterically back there. Anyway, you'll find out the link in the description box. Until next time, you and your family, blessings, blessings, blessings. Thank you so much for watching.